Brazil is an attractive challenge. The country is among the 10 biggest economies in the world, even though its currency did not stabilize until the mid-1990s. Brazil's politics is also gradually learning how to stand on its own 2 feet. Its new democracy is hardly over 30 years old. There have been 2 impeached presidents, and corruption scandals are common across the country. This context puts Brazil in an ambiguous position. It is equally a challenging and promising market. Measurable data backs that up. Brazil is the country with the largest fleet of helicopters and armored cars in the world. At the same time, only 13% of all roads are adequately paved, and its subway lines are shorter than New York's alone. Agribusiness fuels the economy. It represents about 21% of the country's GDP, and Brazil's main commercial partners are China, the United States, and Argentina. Speaking of GDP, notice Brazil's progress compared to major global players? To move forward from this period of stagnation, Brazil awaits 2 important reforms that intend to foster the economy starting in 2019: Social Security and tax reform. Society Security Reform aims to amend the gap in the Brazilian pension system as the population gets older and generates less children per family. The tax reform aims to simplify the extensive variety and complexity of duty calculations, as Brazil is a slow and bureaucratic country. At the same time, it is also a very creative country that invented the airplane, at least Brazilians and Cartier believe they did, the radio, the typewriter, and the voting machine. Brazil is also a benchmark in banking digital transformation and has the leading stand in mobile ownership, with 2 smartphones per inhabitant. Oh, and no one spends as much time on social networks as Brazilians. That's right, Brazil is an attractive challenge. And there are some other fun facts you probably didn't know. For instance, Pepsi is not Coca-Cola's main competitor in Brazil. It's Guaraná Antártica, a soda made with a typical fruit. You'll love it. There are also differences when it comes to American and Brazilian consumption habits. While in the United States, outlet and department stores are responsible for a large part of company revenues, in Brazil, the biggest market is made up of franchises, and particularly small multi-brand shops spread across 5.5 thousand cities. Demand is there. It's a consumption-driven country. Out of its 206 million inhabitants, only 20 million Brazilians have a monthly income that exceeds $600, who we can also call potential customers. But in spite of all these aspects, if one day you decide to visit Brazil, you'll definitely like it. Brazilians are fans of lingering hugs, easy laughs, plenty of human warmth, and spontaneity. Anyway, it is extremely likely that you'll fall in love with Brazil and recognize its huge potential.